Hello, Kathryn here with iCraft Vinyl. So today I'm going to be showing you how to use an EasyPress. So I have the original EasyPress right here, and I've set it to 3:15 and 10 seconds. So on a single layer project, I'm always going to do the full amount of time, and I'm going to show you two full layer projects, or just one layer projects, and then one project that's a double layer project. For these projects, I'm going to use liquid metallic, I'm going to use spectrum, I'm going to show you the metallic as well as the holographic. So, to start off, I'm going to have to measure some stuff out, and I'll get right back to you guys in 1 second. Now, my EasyPress is heated up, my shirt is all lined up, I have a ruler in case I need to measure the distance so I can get my shirt centered correctly, and I also have a piece of parchment paper for when I do press it the second time after I have pressed it and removed the backing that comes on. So I'm just going to make sure it's nice and square, place it on the mat, just the EasyPress mat that I have that I purchased on the side. You can get a bigger one if you prefer. I just have the simple one that I believe is 10 by 10, and it works perfectly with my 9 by 9 EasyPress. So right now I'm just placing a little center line in my shirt. So now I have my line. That usually helps me when I go to put my design on my shirt. I'm going to place some stuff around the table. Now I have a very clear ruler so I can see where I'm going. So I'm going to try to I usually try to place my images about 3 inches down. This image is a really big image. My friend asked me for it. So I'm going to try and fold it in half. It's best to be folded not on the vinyl side. And I'm pretty much just trying to find the center on it. Alright, so I have a center. Now, I'll place this on my shirt. Now I'm just going to measure to make sure I like where it's sitting on it. It's about 2.5 down. It's a little bit crooked. Alright, it looks pretty centered to me. So now that I like the way it looks, I'm just going to do the press for 10 seconds on each piece. Since it is a bigger design, I can't just do one press because my EasyPress is only a 9 by 9. So I'm going to have to do 2 separate presses on it. And when I finish, I'll remove the backing and then I'll press it again. Always press it again. That makes sure it really sticks to the shirt. This design that I'm putting down right now is actually liquid metallic, so it will go straight into the shirt. So 10 seconds is up on that part. Now I'm going to lower it down. My EasyPress actually lost some heat, so I'm going to actually put it back for a couple seconds so it can gain its heat back. And then when it's ready, then I'll do the other part so that it is pressed pretty good. I've done shirts on 310 and they come out just as well as a 315 one. Now this is a cold peel, so this one is going to wait and then I'll repress it again. So while this one waits, I'm just going to put it to the side and I'm going to do another shirt. I'm going to find the center of the shirt. Sometimes when you get the shirts and they had a pre-fold in them, the fold is actually not in the middle. This is a smaller shirt. It's a V-neck. I'm only just trying to find it so I know where the back is, because this is going to be a back design where the other one was a front design. So, don't really need time for this. You're just looking for your center. Just put some pressure on it so you can find your center on your shirt. Now, if you get like little white lines on your shirt, they come out. It's just because your press was on a crease on your shirt or your design. So the next one I'm going to use is just a simple holographic. It's going right on the back. And find its center. Alright, so I have a center line. I'm going to place my center line right on the center of my shirt. I don't want to put it up too high because on the back sometimes it will look a little funny. So I'm going to lower it down a little bit. I'll make sure it's nice and center to the way I like it. It is in the center of the shirt. I measured it to the size as well. I made sure they're about the same. And now 3:15, 10 seconds, and the design is actually perfect fit for it. So I'm just gonna put it right on top and then push it down. You wanna apply a lot of pressure just so you know your design pushed onto the shirt. But you will press your shirt again. So if you do it again, when you remove the backing on the shirt. So now that I'm done with that shirt, I'm gonna go back to the liquid metallic and I'm going to remove its backing. Now, if for any reason a piece of it is coming up, it's not sticking to the shirt, when you try to remove it, just put the backing back down and then do it again. But you never ever want to press anything when it's exposed. So the pieces that are over here that are exposed from not being on this, you would not want to press without it being covered again. Shirt is pressed, but I'm going to make sure it's fully inside the lines of the shirt by covering it again and then doing a press on it one more time, making sure I get the whole design. Since it is a big design, I'm going to do pieces of it. Put a lot of pressure down. You want to make sure you're getting that layer pressed into the shirt. Now I'm going to go to the next piece. And like before when I did this earlier, it actually lost some heat, so it has to go back. So for the top part of the shirt, I can see it is in the design. The design is a part of the shirt now. It is completely pressed in. And now that the EasyPress is ready again, I can do the bottom half. Just move it up a little bit. Same amount of pressure. Put a little bit more pressure. If you need to lean on it, you can. I've seen videos where people are sitting on the floor with their feet on it, trying to put enough pressure on it. And I actually missed a little piece in the bottom, so I'm going to do it one more time. The great thing about this liquid metallic is you know when it is done because you will see the lines of the shirt. You will see every bit of it you purchased at the store that had just a graphic design added onto it. So now it is a piece of the. Do as many projects at one time if there's something that needs to cool off. Now this one might have some difficulties since I did press it only once, so I'm going to press it one more time and move it around a little bit since some of the edges are not fully pressed down. You can do this sitting, you can do this standing. It's really how you prefer it. I feel like I get enough pressure when I'm sitting down as much as I get when I'm standing. Now if you feel like you need a couple more seconds, you can set it for a longer time, but they really only need 10 seconds. And it is time for the layered project. Now your layered project you're also going to have to let cool because the ones that I am using are metallic as well as spectrum. So I'm going to put this on the back of my shirt. Always make sure you remove your labels that you had on your shirt. I don't pre-wash my shirts because I tend to forget what's in my washing machine and put fabric softener in there. You do not want fabric softener on your shirts ever. Fabric softener will remove your design. Alright, so this design is going to be a big design as well. I'm actually going to put it on the shirt at an angle because I think it will look a lot cooler that way. If you like the bigger mats, what you're supposed to, if you're doing a front and back with the EasyPress, always make sure that you place your mat in between your shirt. If you do not open your shirt and place your mat in between it, you will ruin the design on the other side and it will stick to your table. So, always make sure you place your things with your mat in between it so it does not ruin anything else. Sometimes a piece of your design might pop off. Just have it with mine. Just I'm gonna put it right back down. I know that one might come off again. It came off once before. Now I'm gonna put it a little bit higher on the shirt so it looks a little funny low. And with this one, I really didn't need to put that line in there. I just wanted to. So if I wanted to change it, I could change it now to being upright ways, or I can keep it at my angle, which I actually really like. Now this one might need to be pressed twice. It's nicely too big. And this one I'm putting down right now is actually the metallic. And like I said before, it is a cold peel. There are some of the designs you could do as a hot peel, but for the best results on a shirt, you want to cold peel it. So you want to let it cool off, hang out. So while I wait for that to cool off, I'm going to take the one off of the holographic. I repressed this one because it was coming up a little bit on the edges. I didn't want to lose any of my design. Oops. Pull too fast. Alright, so now I'm going to place my parchment paper over this one. This one won't really melt into the shirt. It'll sit and feel like it's a part of the shirt, but it won't be within the shirt. I'll show you the difference at the end, how they'll look next to each other when you do them. I just wanted to show you a variety as well as a layering technique so that you know how simple they are to do with the EasyPress and how easy it is to use. Now, it does lose the temperature a lot, but you just gotta wait for it to come back, and it's not very slow at coming back to temperature. It just takes a few minutes. So I'm actually gonna press this one a couple times because it does fit under my EasyPress, but it doesn't fit very well under it. And I don't wanna have any piece sticking up or a piece that I missed. So I'm gonna put a little bit more pressure on it. Usually you can tell you're putting a lot of pressure on it if your mat kind of gives under it a little bit. If you're on the corner of the mat at least. You could always get Teflon paper as well to use instead of parchment paper. I just have always been very happy with using parchment paper, that I tend to use the same sheet over and over and over again. Now, my design is pressed. This one, unlike the other one, does not go all the way in. It just sits on the top, but I want to make sure nothing is sticking up, that it will come off. So I'm gonna let this one cool off as well. Now this one, the layered one that I'm working on, should be cool enough that I can remove it. Simple, easy removal. The vinyl. So the two that I'm using right now are actually vinyls that are not layerable. So I want to make sure it is not touching the other piece of layer or vinyl underneath it. And if for some reason I cannot place this correctly, I'm just going to grab a scissor and I'm going to cut off the pieces that are not sticking very well or placing in the way in which I want them to be placed. Now I have it placed. Never, ever, ever iron on a shirt that had exposed vinyl like this. If I place my iron down right now, whatever is exposed is going to be coming off. So this was only a 5 second and 5 second. I actually forgot to lower my temperature or my timer. 5 second, 5 second, but that was a bigger design, so I had to use more space. Now I'm going to press on these little bubbles. Hit the little Cricut button to go, and it's only 5 seconds that I'm putting it on. Now it's done. So I'm just take it off. I got all the little bubbles on that one, and I'm gonna let them cool off. And you'll know it's cool when you touch it and it's not burning you. Now, if you want to cool something off faster, you could use a stainless steel tile, a piece of tile, and rub it across there. I've seen people use stainless steel tumblers that they had laying around that they just rolled it across and it will cool it off. You can sit there and just fan it. You can stick it under a fan. You could just wait. Any of them work, or you can do multiple projects like I have done, just so I'm not wasting time and just waiting around, waiting for my vinyl to be set or pulled off so that I can remove it. Need more, if they're bigger, and you need to do them in sections. If you want at the very end to make sure it is, do it one more time where you rub it across your EasyPress across the whole design. You can. It's not necessary. I sometimes do that if I feel like there might have been a piece in the middle that I missed, but I'm going to do that for the same amount of time as I would the other one. So now, after I peel this off, I'm going to do the full time for 3:15 for 10 seconds. It's going to be a bigger image, so I'm going to do it in pieces again. So I'm going to set my time. Very simple, easy to use. You just hit timer, and then you push the plus button until you get what you want, and hit the minus button to go wherever you want. Your EasyPress will always have to be reset for the temperature as well as the timer. So I've now removed the backing on this one. It actually looks really cool. I was actually expecting it to be, I used the white blue spectrum, but on the black shirt it actually turned pink. So it actually looks pretty interesting because it's a blue jellyfish with pink bubbles. Alright, to finish up, this is how all the shirts came out. So this one is your metallic blue with the spectrum white blue. It doesn't really look like that because on a black shirt, they will always change depending on the color of your shirt. Came out really nice. This one, you can somewhat feel on top of the shirt, but it is in the shirt. You always want to make sure your design is completely on the shirt. So this one I have here is the liquid metallic gold. It stretches. You can see it in the shirt. You can see the lines of the shirt right here in the star. And you want it to look like that. This will last a very long time. This is my absolute favorite product. Absolute favorite product that iCraft carries. This is a holographic. I believe it is navy. And you can see the little bit of sparkles that it has in it. It's just a darker shirt with the holographic on it. It's not supposed to sparkle too much. I actually like how it turned out. This one is also like the regular metallic. This one is going to be on top of the shirt. It will not melt into the shirt. Now, always, 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 3:15, 10 seconds, unless you're layering. When you layer, it'll be 5 seconds. Any questions? I'm always here to answer. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.